Hello, my name is Nick. I'm 20 years old and I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada, but my whole family is actually from different countries. So, when I was growing up, my dad used to always own like car dealerships. So, in 2020, the end of 2020, so like literally prime COVID when going outside was a problem, my dad actually bought a dealership in Florida. So, I moved to Florida in August of 2020, and it was hard for me to make friends when I was in Florida just because everything was social distancing, school was still online. So I had no friends when I moved to Florida. And that actually didn't last too long because Florida opened up a lot earlier than a lot of the other states. So actually by the spring semester of when I moved to Florida, we were back in person. So I was meeting a lot of new people. I was adapting to change and it was very hard. And to me, it seemed very unethical for me to be able to move across the country like that and adjust to living a new life. It almost didn't feel real to me. It felt like I was living in like a parallel universe almost. But yeah, so I was living in Florida. I went to school in Florida for about a year, and it actually didn't last too long. My dad hated being out there. The dealership wasn't doing so well, so he actually sold. And then my whole family actually relocated back to Las Vegas. So I only lived in Florida for about a year, but it was like the longest year of my life because when I moved out there, I had no intentions or like I never knew that I would end up coming back to Las Vegas. So I actually am back in Las Vegas, grew up here, lived here my whole life, and it was a journey for sure. But now that I'm back in Vegas, I actually did make a whole bunch of new friends. Everything felt like a lot different when I came back because I think I was at that age where making friends and like the people I was like surrounding myself with, it changed a lot throughout those years because middle school I was here. So by the time I got back to Vegas, I was actually in high school again. So making friends was weird. I wasn't really friends with anybody I was friends with like before because we all went to like different high schools. When I came back, I moved to a little bit different area. So I was going to a different school than a lot of my older friends were. So then I had to really make new friends again and it just felt like for like 2 years straight, I almost didn't have like any friends and it wasn't necessarily a struggle, but trying to surround myself with the right group of people as well. And even just being able to interact with people at first because all of this was still during COVID. Because when I moved, it was like the start of COVID. Then when I came back, it was like the end of COVID. But when I came back in Nevada, like a lot of the schools were still actually online. Like it wasn't in person yet, like it was in Florida. So I was online for a little bit too when I came back. But all in all, it happened to work out for me. I started making friends. I was doing well in school. So it was definitely a tough curve in my life. There's a lot of adversity I was facing, but I feel like I was able to overcome that very well. And now, fast forward a couple years later, I graduated from Arborview High School. I was pretty high in like top of my class. Graduated with a 3.8 GPA, and I was taking all of those like honors, AP, dual enrollment classes as well. So I had some credits starting college, and then actually at first I thought I wanted to do nursing. So first I went into nursing, but then like once I got into it and started seeing like how nursing really was, I actually didn't like it at all. So I ended up switching my majors, and now I'm gonna be a biology major, and hopefully finish school in the next couple of years because I want to do medical device sales. So that's just a little bit about me. Again, like I said, my name is Nick, and I'm 20 years old. And it was a pleasure to meet.